being joined of Tapas Sengupta, of course, is still there with us. He's right at the Kolkata High Court. Tapas, as Nalini just pointed out, in the last hearing, there was so much chaos that the court hearing had to be adjourned. But before you talk to us about the chaos, can you at least, can you first tell our viewers what exactly is the petition? What exactly are the prayers that the two sides have come up with? The ED saying that their investigation is being interfered with, while Mamata Banerjee saying that this is violation of privacy, that some sensitive political data is being taken away. But what exactly do they want? We seem to have lost the line with Tapas Sengupta. Nalini, could you answer this question? Could you clarify for our viewers what exactly is it that the ED and the Trinamool Congress are seeking from the courts? What are their prayers?
Well, Anisha, what we are given to understand is that their interim prayer, the thing that they want immediately is, for one, ED is asking for TMC and orders to be issued against the West Bengal government so that they are not allowed to interfere in any of the work that's being undertaken by the central agency, so that the central agency is allowed to investigate the various cases that they are doing in the state of West Bengal, which might include gathering evidence from several different places. And they want to ensure that there is no interference being caused either by the state government or by the state police, who's also functioning under Mamata Banerjee, to ensure that there are no apprehensions or no kind of interference that is being done by the state authorities in the working of the central agency. On the other hand, the allegations that are being made by the TMC are much graver, because what they are alleging is that this is a central agency working on the behest of the union government, who is coming into the state of West Bengal and trying to steal sensitive political data of an opposition political party at a time when elections are scheduled in the state. So what they're essentially saying is that their fundamental right to privacy has been violated by the actions done by the Enforcement Directorate in this case. They've also gone ahead and claimed that this entire raid that was conducted by the Enforcement Directorate was only a facade, that there was no basis for this raid, and the only objective of the Enforcement Directorate...
Tapas Sengupta is back on the line with us. Tapas, if you can take us through what is happening at the Kolkata High Court right now. We've been discussing what the case is. Can you also take us through the political ramifications? If a political party is saying that their sensitive political data is being taken away in the middle of an election campaign, while the Enforcement Directorate is claiming that the Chief Minister illegally took away documents that the Enforcement Directorate was looking into. What is exactly is the ramification on the ground with this?
Well, see, what we had seen on ground, the political war of words between the Enforcement Directorate and the Trinamool Congress party, or Mamata Banerjee in the first place, is what we are witnessing at this moment in the court being fought out legally. And what they have categorically stated, the Union of India have categorically stated, where ASG Raju have stated that the record which was seized by Mamata Banerjee, and she is still in the possession of these materials, and the Enforcement Directorate wants that the West Bengal Chief Minister is in illegal possession of the material, and she must be made party to this case. So this is the argument that the Union of India have made at this point in time. But time and again, it's a heated argument going on inside the court at the moment, as the Trinamool Congress time and again reiterating the fact that it was more of a political, and the raid was politically motivated, and their only reason was to get hold of the papers and documents pertaining to the strategy of Trinamool Congress, which is detrimental to the privacy of any person or a political party. So this continues as we speak inside Calcutta High Court, and at this moment, as the Union of India have categorically stated that the person who signed the affidavit is authorized signatory of the petitioner, and how does he become well acquainted with facts? Was he present there? The overall that the Union of India is making, trying to make a point that since the things were collected by the Chief Minister, it is in her possession, which they term as an illegal possession of the articles that were seized from the Enforcement Directorate. Hence what it is imperative to have the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee as a party to this case. And this is continuing, and this is a clear narrative that was set on the day one by Mamata Banerjee, that the Trinamool Congress was somehow being targeted. It's a part of a political vendetta. It was a deliberate act by the central government to use agencies like Enforcement Directorate to infringe into their party and take all the documents which are sensitive in nature pertaining to the elections. The NUN of India is arguing the argument that the Trinamool Congress is making at this moment pertains to the elections. They do not have that locus standi to question or the authority of the Enforcement Directorate, because they act as per the PMLA Act and which clearly gives a charter of duty which was duly followed in that case. So it remains to be seen as argument proceeds that whether or not any further persons will be made party to this case at the moment. Back to you.
Well, Tapas, stay on with me. Nalini is also with me on this. Nalini, we're seeing this debate going on in the Calcutta High Court, and let's discuss how exactly this is working, because the ED is saying our raid was to look into the proceeds of crime, the documentation relating to the coal scam case and the documentation relating to the funneling of money. Mamata Banerjee, on the other hand, saying that the ED, in the guise of trying to look into the PMLA case, which is also being denied, has gone into political data. ED was trying to seize political data, sensitive information regarding the upcoming elections, and this is being done deliberately to affect the upcoming election. That is the stance being taken by the Trinamool Congress before the court. If you look at how the arguments are going on, and we seem to see that the ED and the centre are also trying to say that the Calcutta High Court shouldn't hear this matter, that there need to be more parties added to this entire litigation. How are you looking at this entire debate that is currently going on in the Calcutta High Court? Nalini.
Well, Anisha, what it seems like as of now is that the ED is trying to make procedural holes in the case that has been filed by the TMC before the Calcutta High Court. They're trying to ensure that the matter is not taken up by the Calcutta High Court either on maintainability grounds, or that it can be adjourned till a later date. They would prefer, it seems from their arguments before the Calcutta High Court, that the matter is taken up by the Supreme Court instead whenever the ED's petition comes up before the Supreme Court. But remember, TMC themselves have not filed a petition before the Supreme Court. They've only approached the Calcutta High Court. The reason why I say that the ED is trying to make holes in TMC's petition is because of the kind of arguments that are being made by ASG SV Raju. Not only is he arguing that Mamata Banerjee should be made a party to this entire case, because essentially she's the person who was present on the ground, she's the person who had taken illegally the documents that the ED was trying to seize, and nothing is in the possession of ED. All the documents are illegally in the possession of Mamata Banerjee, going to the extent of saying that the Chief Minister of West Bengal has committed an offence for which she should be booked. The ED is also stating that the person who has filed the affidavit in TMC's petition has, on what basis has he done so? Because he is not the one who was present on the ground. He was nowhere near where the raid was happening. So how can he go ahead and claim before the court that he is aware of all the facts and circumstances leading up to the case, and on what basis he's filed this affidavit? So not only are they targeting the people who've been included as parties by the TMC in their petition, but they're also saying that the affidavit cannot be relied on because it's been filed by a person who was not even the person on whom the raid was conducted, and the person who's filed the affidavit on behalf of TMC was not even present on the ground at that particular point. So it seems like on procedural grounds they're trying to get the petition thrown off, or if not thrown out, then at least adjourned till a specific date, till the time the Supreme Court doesn't take up the matter for hearing. But at the same time, the Calcutta High Court judge who's hearing the case, Justice Suvra Ghosh, has told the ED very clearly that they don't have to repeat their entire petition during the oral arguments. They've seen the petition, so the court is aware of the kind of arguments that are being made by the Enforcement Directorate in their plea. So they should focus on the important arguments during the oral arguments. And at the same time, the ED is going ahead to say that all the claims that are being made, regarding the affidavit goes on to show that it's a false affidavit given by the TMC on oath while filing the petition. So the affidavit itself, which is a procedural procedural form that is attested with the petition while filing a petition before the court, that itself is being challenged by the ED. It seems like on maintainability grounds they are trying to ensure that the petition is not taken up for hearing. But till at least right now, the judge has made it clear that she will be hearing arguments by the union and maybe by the TMC as well.